Hello there, and what is up YouTube? Clanker here, and this video is going to be that Grail video that I talked about in... This video is probably going to be going up after the custom showcase video. Either this video is going to go up after the custom showcase video or the birthday Christmas haul video. I think this is going to go up after the custom showcase video, then after this video will be the birthday Christmas haul video. So after this video, I'll do the birthday Christmas haul video, and then after the birthday Christmas haul video, probably in the beginning of January, probably maybe Wednesday, Thursday is probably whenever I'll upload or do the collection update video. And I talked with Motormaster's voice actor. He did tell me he was going to try to get his lines either today or tomorrow. So tomorrow being Sunday. So hopefully you guys, if anybody actually commented whatever hashtag it was I used in the last video, if that actually worked, hopefully maybe in the beginning of 2025 we can get episode 7 of Forsaken Legacy. And I'm gonna try not to take as long as I did to get an episode out. But anyway, guys, so also I got Armada Optimus here for the intro, because whenever I did the intro in the last video, it kind of just felt like empty space. So I just got Armada Optimus here, kind of just to occupy the empty space as I just talk. But anyway, guys, so I'm cut the intro off right there, and let's go ahead and get into like some of these like Grail figures that I kind of acquired this year. Now, some of y'all might see these as Grails. Some of these y'all might see them kind of as like really that's a Grail, but and there were 9 figures here, but I cut a couple of them out, like mainly just to kind of make this video shorter, as I did originally have this video filmed and already ready to go on my laptop, but when editing it, I didn't like how the lighting and everything looked, because I don't know, for some reason, like on my phone the lighting and everything looked fine, but whenever like I uploaded it to my laptop, I didn't putting it into my editing software, unless it might be because with my iPhone it films everything in that HDR, and like the editing software I use just isn't compatible with HDR or something. I'm not exactly sure. So pretty much with these type of videos, I'm most likely just going to have to resort to filming on my phone, and I'm going to try to not make them too long if I can help it. And so I'm going to try to not to ramble on about too much stuff. But anyway, guys, I've probably rambled on enough. So anyway, let's get right into it. Alright, guys, so starting off the list, let's go with a little bit of a trip down memory lane with some 2007 nostalgia. So a couple months, or back in June, I was on vacation with some of my buddies. We went to Florida, and I had ended up, what was the terminology? Tearing my meniscus, but basically I ended up tearing my knee, basically. And I ended up being at home for a couple months. So during that time, my buddy Jason had hit me up and asked me was I into buying some figures. And, you know, whenever you're at home doing nothing, of course you're gonna do a lot of spending you're gonna spend a lot of money without really realizing it. But so during that time, one of the figures he had was the Studio Series Jazz. So yeah, I managed to reacquire this guy in my collection. I did originally have this guy like back when he first released, but I did sell him. And I kind of did regret it, because then I had realized, I kind of did want to try to recollect the 2007 cast from the movie. But yeah, so I am happy to have this guy back in my collection, and I essentially have my 07 Autobot Studio Series complete. I'm just missing Ironhide, but I really don't want to replace my Recon Ironhide, and Ironhide is kind of expensive, and I mean, for the Autobots, I was just going to try to collect the Autobot 5-pack, because I think I did ask for it for Christmas one year, or the year it came out, but then I think it just went extinct, out of stock everywhere, and it was just like, wait, you were in stock everywhere, what the heck happened? And Jazz does not want to stand. Come on, Jazz, stand. Okay, he wants me to hold him. Okay, I'll hold you, Jazz. As long as it's not Megatron holding you, we'll be fine. But yeah, so it's been neat rehabbing this guy in my collection. It's been fun. And there's some little scuffages there. But nah, and also as you can see, he did add some little bit of customization onto him, which I believe is... yeah, I don't think that's on the original figure. The red, obviously the visor, as you can see... Oh, shit. I can't hold the figure. Yeah, as you can see, like right there. But, I mean, it's fine. It's whatever. I mean, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I did get it for a decent price from him. I mean, still kind of a little bit on the expensive side, but a little bit more reasonable compared to what other people are selling him for. But anyway, I'm happy to have this guy back in my collection. Alright, so now moving on to the next figure is probably going to be a figure that maybe a lot of people growing up on YouTube watching older stop motions might remember. But we have the Transformers GDO Cliff Jumper, which GDO is basically like a line where I want to say it was like an Asia exclusive line. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But it was like an exclusive-ish line in Generations where basically was like because we got this figure where it was like a G1 Cliff Jumper head sculpt on the first edition body. And then we got other figures like Swerve with, Swerve, where you had a Swerve head sculpt, obviously. I think on the Sergeant Cut body from Generations. Then you also, you had Wheelie, who was a Reveal the Shield Jazz repaint on the, Reveal the Shield Jazz repaint with obviously a Wheelie head. And I want to say there was another figure, but I can't remember. If anybody else remembers, let me know down below. But yeah, I remember when this guy came out and like just early days of seeing this guy like on YouTube and just like this guy was in a lot of people's stop motions. Like one being Crosshair's Productions' Broken Mirror, like with him and Cub were on Earth with Tracks, I just remember this guy being in a lot of stop motions back whenever I was first watching him on YouTube, or actually figured out people, actually did them. And yeah, I just remember really wanting this guy and actually wanting to maybe use him one day. And it was funny because back whenever I was first seeing him, I want to say this guy was like pretty cheap, like maybe 30 to 40 bucks here and there. But, like, nothing too crazy. But then it was, like, me and my co-writer, Logan, we were talking about wanting to upgrade Cliff Jumper. And so we decided it was either going to be this figure or the Classics Cliff Jumper. So I was so we were both mainly kind of wanting to go with first edition mold-esque. But we were kind of really wanting to go with this one. Mainly because since RC was going to be going into the pink RC from the first edition mold, we kind of wanted to kind of have them match in a sense, And also with the Classics Cliff, it came with the Bumblebee. It had a Bumblebee head on it, and I'd kind of have to get an upgrade kit. Anyway, but to sum it up, we really wanted to use this guy. And then whenever I went to try to find this guy, like looking to see how much prices were, I did not realize this guy was super expensive. I want to say the cheapest I found this guy was like 80 bucks. And then everybody else was like 160, 180, almost $200. Then him still sealed in packaging was just outrageous. And it was just like, I'm sorry, sir, but why are you so expensive? But anyway, I managed to find this guy for... It was around 30 to 40, which I happily took it because that's about how much I remember him used to being whenever I would first look him up. He was that much because the back here, where the horn, or the top of the hood where the horns are at in vehicle mode, it was broken off. And that's why they were selling it for so cheap. And I think I was able to get it for a little bit cheaper because of Mercari. And so the guy was able, sold it to me for a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I mean, it still connects in vehicle mode, so it's not necessarily a problem for when transforming it. And I mean, And I mean, it's the same mold as the first. It is the first edition mold, so all I can really do if I want to, like with filming, I can just use the first edition Cliff as the vehicle mode, and then like just start transforming him. Then just switch to this guy for the rest of the mode, obviously, or vice versa for however I'm doing the scene. But anyway, so that's kind of the little story behind this guy. So yeah, I'm very happy to have this guy in the collection. Alright, so now the next one is kind of a funny story. Or at least I think it's a funny story. But anyway, so we're going to go with the Transformers Prime, the mainline. Raise the camera up a little bit. The mainline Prime Starscream. So now, I remember I first got the Starscream, like, way back when it first came out. I got it as, like, what's the term? Like, it's technically graduation, but not graduation. Whatever the term for graduating in middle school is, for going from one grade to the next. I technically called it graduation, but my school called it something weird and different. I don't know what it is, but anyway, technically that's what I called it, so we're just going to say that. Anyway, I got him and Bulkhead as a present for, doing it in school and whatever, yada, yada. So anyway, I got them. And, over the years, Starscream lost his head. I don't know where the head went. And then the nose cone ended up breaking apart and like splitting down the middle. And so I managed to find the body and the arms and everything again. And, I was okay with the nose cone being messed up, but it was just, I had a pretty much a decent body Starscream without a head. And so that kind of bugged me. And so occasionally I'd be looking through Mercari, and this also annoyed me. I would find listings of like people where they did list the head for a decent price, but it'd be like, oh, they listed it a week ago, or they listed it a couple days ago, when it's like, bro, what the heck? But anyway, so I finally found a guy who was selling their Starscream, and the Starscream was the hand was broken. So I had sent in an offer to like maybe try to get a little bit cheaper. He accepted it. I want to say it might have been like maybe 35 or 40, like around the same price, close cheaper. I mean, it really didn't matter, because I was happy to get it for a decent price, because compared to a lot of other people who were selling a lot less for a lot more, I was happy to get it for that much. But anyway, so then me and him, we kind of got to talking, and he was a really cool dude. And then also was like, hey, you do realize it's missing a hand, right? I was like, yeah. Then I told him about the whole head thing, and he was like, oh, okay. And then whenever it got delivered, I was at work, and he was like, hey, off with his head then, I guess. Then I was like, yeah. But what I did whenever I did end up getting it in the mail, I didn't just pop the head off. All I did was I just swapped the arms out from my old one, so the body and head is from the seller's, and then the arms are just from my old one. And same thing with the missile. The missile was from the old one. So I do just need to refine a missile for Starscream in order to kind of have him recomplete again. But I mean, I'm fine with him like this, and I mean, hey, I'm happy to have him in the collection. I'm happy to have him back in the collection, standing nice and tall and proudly next to a Megatron. So now the next two figures are mainly what inspired me to maybe want to make the video, or what really these are the first two real grails that I've gotten this year. And so going into them, give a little bit of backstory. So my old buddy Sideswipe, he was saying he was selling some figures, so I messaged him out of curiosity, kind of to see what he had. And so so he showed me, and I asked him about these two because I was really interested in, because I was like, oh, dang, I can't believe we actually have these two. How much for them? And he was like, and so basically for both figures, it was $100. Then also adding in shipping, and he did also throw in a couple of extra figures also. But I mean, overall, I think it was pretty much worth it, considering how much these go for on the aftermarket. and especially with the upgrade kit that this one figure I'm about to show you has. But to go into it, we have the 2008 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Nemesis Prime, which is the, taking this off, you know, it's the, Classics Mold Optimus. You know, the Classics Mold Optimus, which I really do like this mold, and I have been wanting to find this Nemesis Prime, but I just never found it. So, yeah, you got this, and yeah, he actually, for 50 bucks, it was the figure, he's complete, and it was the Shadow Commander trailer. So, yeah. Now, granted, the Shadow Commander trailer he said it was missing the, bigger part that I believe, if I remember correctly, it forms like a bigger gun. Or, yeah, it forms like a big gun, if I remember correctly, and that's kind of where the bulk of everything goes to form the trailer, so really can't form the trailer. But, I mean, for 50 bucks to just get the complete Nemesis Prime and just get the Shadow Commander armor, like pretty much the complete armor as an add-on bonus, I mean, hey, I ain't gonna complain. I mean, I'll take that. I mean, that's a deal. In my opinion, that's a deal right there. That's a steal. And then, yeah, he do have light piping, but it is sadly painted. So I kind of wish they would have just, instead of blue, they would have just made it red. Just put in the red. I'm knocking over my tripod. They would have just put in, like, the red piping there. And in that way, you know, instead of just painting over, you know. I think that's probably what Hasbro should have done. But, I mean, I'm not going to digress. I mean, I've wanted this figure for a while. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to get that. Okay, sorry about that. But, yeah. But, yeah, for me, 50 bucks. Heck, I mean, I'm happy to have this guy. Yeah, it's missing kind of a vital part. But, I mean, hey. Hey. That's one of my favorite purchases right here. And now, next up, do I want to clear space, or... Now, let's just get right into it. So, also for 50 bucks, so pretty much for both figures, 50 bucks, $100. We got my man. We got, I want to say this is the Galaxy Force version. I mean, at least basically it's the, not the blue, but the black version of the Cybertron mold of Cybertron Optimus. You know, instead of red and blue, it's black and red. I'm not exactly sure if it's from the Universe 2-pack or it's from the single release, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I think it is only missing the Cyber Planet key, obviously missiles, well, you know, obviously missiles, and I think also the like extra little gun he's supposed to come with, but I mean, let's see. Okay, that's not gonna open because of everything, but we can see. Okay, yeah. I don't know how to do stuff apparently, but yeah, it does come with his Matrix, so that was actually happy to have that. So yeah, photography, future stuff. But anyway, but yeah, so I was really like happy to actually have this guy for 50 bucks. Yeah. Also, he was missing the missiles down there. Now my dumbass did there's supposed to be like a little black knob like right there where I kind of actually did break it by accident when I got it, because he packaged it in vehicle mode, you know, obviously a box space, and I was trying to I was pulling up on it and I couldn't, I think either I didn't have something transformed correctly, or I think I might have not had something aligned properly. I'm not exactly sure what. But anyway, it ended up snapping on me, and I was like, oh shit, don't tell me I broke it. But anyway, thankfully I was able to take like a small flathead screwdriver that I had and just stick it right in there, and the head was still able to pop up. So It's not a total bad. It's not a total loss. So that's on me. But I mean, thank you again, bud. I mean, I'm very happy to have this guy in the collection and just standing proudly on the shelf with all the on the Cybertron shelf. Which now, I really do need to get some more Decepticons for Cybertron shelf because really I've noticed a lot. I've been getting a lot of Autobots. Mainly because really all I can really find are Autobots for the Cybertron shelf. Like, really, I mean, you can find Decepticons, but it's like Decepticons are more expensive than the Autobots. I guess probably because Decepticons are a lot cooler. But anyway, guys, so here's pretty much our little group shot of everybody of all 5 of these guys all together. There was one figure I was kind of debating on adding here, which that would be the APC Toys First Edition Optimus, which I picked up from my buddy Jay. I wasn't actually sure whether or not to count them because technically it is the First Edition Optimus Prime mold, and it comes with like the Dr. Wu upgraded like unmasked head and the Star Saber and an extra gun, an extra sword and everything. So I wasn't actually exactly sure whether to count that or not because technically that First Edition mold was a Grail of mine that I wanted to acquire for the Optimus Prime, but the First Edition mold is very, very expensive. But the APC figure was like $50 buying it from what is it, like Showsy's store, or well, I can't think of the other store, but I mean I picked it up off of my buddy Jay for like $30. So I mean I'm fine with having that. Now, yes, it's not the official one, but yeah. So I'm not exactly sure whether that one counted or not. I mean, it's my video, so I mean, I could have counted if I wanted to, but I wasn't actually sure on how that would have counted or not because it's technically a figure I've wanted, but it's not technically the figure I've wanted. But anyway, that's a whole nother rambling discussion for another day. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and yeah, so I'm pretty happy with getting these guys, and I hope maybe in 2025, maybe I can hopefully pick up some other Grail Transformers or some other figures that I've been wanting to get. I guess also at the end, if you made it this far into the video, let's do a question of the day. What is a Grail Transformer that you've always wanted? Like, you know, it doesn't have to be like, you know, anything like super, super rare, hard to find. You know, it could be like, you know, maybe you want a G1 figure, or like, you know, maybe you want a Thrilling 30s figure or something. Or maybe you want a figure that came out in the previous toy line. But anyway, yeah, just comment down below what is like a Grail figure, just what is a figure that you've really been wanting in general. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's video. I'm going to try not to keep it too long. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one, and goodbye.